Welcome to No Nut November. In this video, I'm going to share with you why I don't participate in No Nut November, but that doesn't mean that I don't agree with it or I don't think that the majority of men should participate. I'm going to share with you my own journey and why No Nut November is a fantastic thing, but why I personally don't participate. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nakula and I help men master their S3X energy so you can become a powerhouse both in and outside the bedroom. Go to the link in the description below and take the free S3X transmutation guide to learn this process of transmutation. And when you learn this process of transmutation, you also won't need to participate in No Nut November because it will simply just be a lifestyle. The reason I don't participate in No Nut November, and by the way, if you're not familiar what that is, every single year, this has become an annual tradition. It's growing every single year, and I think it's a good thing. And I have participated in the past where men will abstain from ejaculation for 1 month. So essentially, they will do semen retention for 1 month. This is a fantastic way for new guys to be introduced to the concept of semen retention, to personally feel the energy, confidence, and personal power that you get with this practice of semen retention. It's a way for you to spike your testosterone. It's also a way for you to do a dopamine detox, to give up masturbation. It's a great practice for self-control and mastery. And that's why I endorse it. And a lot of the guys that are inside the Powerhouse Man training facility with me, coming through my programs, they participate in No Nut November. I personally don't participate in it because it's already my lifestyle. I already regulate my ejaculation, so it's not something that I feel I need to do, but I do think overall it is a good thing. And I think that eventually, at least what I get all my students to the point is where you don't need a month to do it. You don't need a special occasion. It doesn't even become a thought process. It's just a lifestyle. You regulate your ejaculation once a month. That's fine. It's good. Then you go 60 days, 90 days. You make it work for you. I have some athletes that work with me that specifically will go 30 days or 6 weeks right before a certain competition. I know I'm doing it right now because I'm about to do a live speaking engagement here in a few days. And so I've made sure not to nut and actually consciously been controlling my sexual energy to keep that prowess, to keep that strength, to keep that focus so that I can have as much energy as possible to deliver a powerful speech and a powerful event. No Nut November, if you've never participated and you're just getting started, we're a few days into November already, just get started. Some of the things that you may notice as participating in the month is, if you've never done it before, is first of all, how difficult it's been, especially if you've been fapping all your life or most of your life. If you are a regular fapper, means you fap daily, or sometimes guys are fapping twice a day, some guys are a few times a week, and you try to cut it out, you'll notice that you may go through a few things. One is you might feel like you're constantly being pulled to fap, like your hand is just kind of going down your pants, like your body is driving you to do it. You may notice withdrawal symptoms, like you're coming off a drug, and that's actually because your dopamine is being reset, your hormones are being reset, and your body is actually having a physical reaction to it. Of course, if you're new to this channel, maybe, or new to the concept, maybe some of this stuff is brand new to you or you don't realize what's happening. But essentially, S3X stimulation, when we have that kind of physical activity, is one of the highest dopamine releasers in our body. And that's true for both men and women. And that's because at a biological level, at a very base level, you're designed to have S3X for the purpose of babies, meaning nature literally rewards you the highest for having S3X. That is why it's one of our base desires. Another base desire is food. Hence, most people are essentially think about two things: S3X in the form of some type of pleasure, or food. and then they sleep after, right? Because you get comfort from those things. And essentially, your own body gives you some dopamine for accomplishing those two activities. The problem with today's world is that we've taken those natural drivers and that natural reward system that's built into us, and we've tricked it, we've enhanced it. Essentially, very smart marketers and corporate giants and politicians who understand this play to those drivers. And if we're not conscious of it, we can get sucked in to so many negative things in the illusion of it being pleasurable. Sugars, processed food, S3X in the form of adult content online. All of that adult content online plays directly to your dopamine. It's shown up to 200% spike in dopamine release when a man is watching adult content online. That's why you feel tired after. That's why if you do it enough times, you actually feel like you're becoming addicted. It's because you are. What happens is dopamine actually clusters together neural pathways in the brain. Basically, in layman's terms, you've got all of these pathways or connections that are made in your brain. When you do a certain activity over and over again that nature is essentially rewarding you for, like S3X, you recognize that you feel good while you're doing it. And so therefore, this cluster forms in your brain of neural pathways that begins to reinforce that behavior. So now it doesn't feel like you just want to watch adult content, but you require it to feel good. And when you're not watching it, you feel down, and then you start to go to other things to make up that feeling. Maybe you start, smoking more dope or drinking more or eating more sugary or processed food or more salty food. All of these things are natural drivers that unfortunately have been exploited in this world and are essentially being used against us. That's why it's so important that we give ourselves dopamine breaks, or we regulate these type of activities, hence No Nut November, as a way to regulate and reset your dopamine, allow your dopamine receptors to heal. And you'll notice when you do this, you begin to enjoy the basics of life, a beautiful sunrise, a sunset, a good conversation. That lights you up enough. It just lights you up. You feel connected to nature because you're in your natural state, as opposed to this false state that we generally live in. So No Nut November is a great thing. I encourage you to participate in it. If you are struggling to complete No Nut November, if you find yourself addicted, if you find yourself having withdrawals, if you find yourself battling or struggling to give it up, it's a good sign that you need some training. And I've got a ton of trainings available to help you break those neural pathways, install new neural pathways of a positive nature, allow yourself to reset your body through breath work, through meditation, through the alchemy techniques that I use. If you are ready to go to that level, if you know that you are struggling to complete No Nut November, then make sure you jump on a call with me. My schedule is in the link below, and either myself or one of our success coaches will show you all of our programs, all of our trainings. We have different programs and available for different budgets and different needs to be able to be successful. So participate in No Nut November, and then eventually come to the point where you don't need to participate because it's simply a lifestyle, and you have leveled up your own self-control and discipline to a point where you don't need a special month to do it. You simply just live that lifestyle and are able to absorb all of the benefits of the semen retention life. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video.